Welcome to the Mine Collective.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome everyone that came over from the Red Panda raid there. Hopefully you got to see a nice big pallet of S19s. Wouldn't that be sweet just to roll up in your back door there? That'd be pretty nice. As long as you have cheap power anyway. So how's everyone doing? What are you guys doing out there? It is Saturday. It doesn't feel like a Saturday. It feels like it's been forever since my live stream. And I don't know, I'm tired today. I don't even know what, I'm just way out of whack today. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call. See what we got in the house. We have Dan is now rugging Caspa. Welcome, Dan Rugs Caspa. What's going on? Is that you that kind of hijacked their Discord there a couple days ago? Crazy. Fudweiser. What's going on, Fudweiser? What are you up to? Hopefully, yeah, for a second I thought I had my mic muted. See, I'm like way out of it. I don't know what's going on. We got Fully Electric, The Pirate. What's going on? Ethan Westfield, Skirm. What's happening? Making statements. Alexander Fleener again.
Red Pots.
What's happening? Scrolling through. K-Trim, what is going on? Crypto Perks, Gerald Gray Bear, Integra Guy 041, MG Printing Designs. Hey, MG Printing Designs, what all, like, do you have like a legit like 3D printing company or something? What do you got? What's going on there? Fill us in, let us know. Crypto Craig, what's happening? Automatic Beats, Lowbuck Mining, what's happening? Fully Electric, what are you doing? What are you up to these days? Dom G, Golden Wolf, Red, oh, here, wait, hold on.
Red Panda Mining.
Maybe that kind of gives them his like little Diablo fix, you know, something. Crypto Medell, what's happening here? Fiat Smack takes like half an hour just to get to the live chat. What's going on? Flat Smack or Daddy, Bot Crusher, what's happening? Ultra Carbon, Matthew, try to screw. Let's kind of increase the speed here. Black Sails, Diablo Ma, Rod Putts again. Oh, it jumped on me. RabidMining, OMG. Oh, what's up? Hey, yeah, man. Suitable Crypto. What's going on? So anyway, how's everyone doing? If I missed you, just yell at me or something. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm used to it, right? So you guys probably saw Panda's video a couple days ago. Remember when I put together that mini Doge 2 video and I had, you know, out of nowhere, 3 showed up and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to check out pools and do some testing here. Why not? They're here. And then I got a message. It's hilarious. So it's a funny story. You've seen Panda kind of went through it in his video. They sent me Panda's miners. Now, hopefully, I wish they'd do that with something like maybe he has an E9 Pro coming that he doesn't know about. Maybe it'll show up here first. I don't know. That'd be awesome. But I was testing them out, and then I was getting calls at night. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I was waiting for someone to email me and just be like, hey, expecting a video. Okay, we sent you some miners, because I had no idea where they came from. I didn't have any tracking, nothing. I had the one that I knew was coming. Then all of a sudden, these ones showed up before the one that was supposed to show up. I was like, what's going on here? So I'm expecting someone to email me, expecting a video to be made for them. Nothing happens. Then all of a sudden, like a couple days later, I went to bed and I wake up and I had like phone calls missed from China and Shanghai and emails all over the place saying, oh, there's a mix up and the distributors messed up. They sent too many, and then Panda messaged me laughing. And yeah, it was a crazy story. Eventually they ended up there, supposed to go to Panda. So he has them now. But yeah, that's hilarious. I got some of Panda's miners. It was funny. It was awesome though. Panda and I got a good joke kind of in the background of it. So in best Walter White voice, say my name. Walter White. What does he even sound like? I don't even know. And that's probably something obvious I should know about. But I don't even know how Walter White sounds. I'll have to like check that later and get back to you on that. Hey, Rabid, just put some CPUs on your Duro node today. Awesome. Checking out the Rabid pool. That's sweet. Eric Valentine. Duro's been seeing some nice price gains lately. Like, I believe it's like over $10 Canadian now. It's pretty crazy, especially when, well, with my farm is, I don't even know. I'm getting like 5 to 8 Duro a day. So it's doing pretty good, but it's going on a dip size. I saw someone said something about Epic is going up as well. So here's kind of like my list of coins I watch. I know everyone has their own thing. I don't even know USD. Sorry, I gotta look at Canadian because I don't even know what the prices are in USD, because I just follow mine. It looks a lot higher. Like, look at that. Bitcoin's almost at 40K. I don't know why people are saying, you know, 40K is a big deal. It's not even 2,000 away in Canada. Anyway, so I'll just scroll down here. Where's Epic Cash? What's it looking at? So Duro, it's at 968 now. So it kind of It's going down a little bit, but it was seeing a nice pump. 227. Wow, Epic Cash is doing 227. That's actually, yeah, it's not too bad. It's been seeing some nice mooning. That's pretty sweet. Aeon saw a nice pump the other day. Did you guys mine some Aeon? You guys get some of that in? You know, the delistings and everything has happened. What are you guys' plan? Like, you know, it's kind of funny. What if everyone, you know, they're getting delisted everywhere? What if it all of a sudden everyone sells out and now all of a sudden everyone's sold? What if in 2025 Aeon actually does something crazy like it did in 2018? What if it hits $3? That'd be crazy. Will it? Probably not. But hey, it's crypto. We don't know what's happening. Oh, what else do we got here? ETF. Something was happening with ETF. I don't know if it was a pump or what, but someone's like, hey, did you see what's happening with ETF? And then I never did look. So I don't know. Maybe it was the price was going up. I have no idea there. Oh, what do we got? Neoxa here, lithium, everything. Yeah, going down. What do we got? XDAG is going up. XDAG's moving up. That's pretty sweet. It's pretty good. That's another CPU coin if you're unfamiliar. XDAG, so on. But what's FLUX been up? Wow, what's going on here? It has then like not been doing very well. 7 days down, 1 month down, 3 months. Okay, there we go. That's looking a little better. So 3 months. Well, obviously it's down, but come on, FLUX, do something. Do something. You guys, like, what's going on here? FLUX letting me down. I don't know. Like, guys, we got to give FLUX some time. We need some time to mature here. It's going to do sweet. You know, after the halving. That's one thing I didn't get. Like, you know, as miners, we do all this. Now, I know Dan there, he was on someone's stream. I don't remember. And they were talking just prior to the halving. And just the tone he kind of used just kind of made me shake my head. It was like everyone was asking, you know, the halving, the rewards going down. We all know what happens in halvings, but it's pretty much just like, yeah, guys, just buy more FLUX. It came out as, you know, totally miner friendly and everything, but you got to really think about it. Mining on FLUX is one of the smallest coins out there. There is not much hardware on FLUX. So we went from that, and it's like we're moving over to the more on, come on guys, buy our coin type of operation. So I don't know. I'm not 100% into FLUX. I got a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, I still think FLUX is going to do really big things 2025. Just they are doing something different. So hopefully we see some nice spikes. You know, it would be awesome if we saw back in 2021. I didn't even know it pumped that big. Panda actually sent me the sheet. And it went up like 40,000%. It was like 2 cents to $3. That's insane. Could it do it again? Hopefully it does, because, you know, they are doing something different. It is something very, very different. Render token, I don't know what's going on with them lately. They are some staking or something's about to open up across the render. I saw some tweet about it. Don't know what's happening there. Litecoin halving's coming up. When it comes to your miners, Litecoin's actually been surprising me lately. This one we got to talk about. Have you guys been watching Litecoin? Everything was red for a while, and Litecoin just kept going up, and away. And it's still green, not by much today, but like it was doing some nice performance here over the past week or so. What do you got here? 7 days ago, right there. Just kaboom. About the time, when was this? When was the 22nd? 2-3 days ago. So yeah, when everything started going down right after the rate hikes kind of went up, crypto went down a bit, and then all of a sudden Litecoin just kind of took off. So I was like, what's going on here? I expect a big pump to happen on Litecoin, especially if people are moving to exchanges. Like, it's the money mover. It's cheap to withdraw everywhere, but it just kept going up. So people were like actually holding it, not just swapping it to it, moving exchanges and then cashing out or something. So it's pretty crazy. Some good things have been happening so far in crypto. We're seeing some kind of strong markets right now. Oh, what do you got? FLUX to the moon 2025. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure, it's not doing too great right now, but I just feel everything's going to go good. Now, that also made me wonder, like, you guys heard about the Dero, the whole split chain and everything was going on. How does stuff go up and down if you can't sell it? Because all the exchanges were disabled. The wallets were offline for that week, but Dero continued to pump with Bitcoin. It was crazy. Now, if you had coins already on the exchange, supposedly you could still buy and sell and stuff. So it's all the coins that were on the exchange. Not recommended to leave coins on exchanges, but anyone that was mining it couldn't send any to the exchanges. Everything is fixed now, and most of them trade over and everything has Dero up and running again. But I don't know. You couldn't send it. So how does that happen? How does that work? Bitcoin goes up. It's an artificial, automatic. Everything's going up at that point. So it's kind of weird, isn't it? Epic is superior to Litecoin. Privacy matters. Yeah, there's a lot more move towards privacy for sure. I still don't know the full deal on what's going on, what Epic's doing. I wish they would have more exchanges though. Vite's okay, but it is a pain. It is different. Have you guys used the Vite exchange? Like, this thing is crazy. Let me see if I can bring it up. Do I have mining pool stats on here? Yes. Let's just take a quick look at Epic here. And go to Epic, Epic Cash, 3 algos, ProgPow, Cuckoo, and Random X. And yeah, the only exchange you're on now, it does sound like they are going to be having a MEXC listing sometime soon. So that's actually a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big exchange, well known, decent amount of volume on it. So, you know, I'm all for that. I can't wait for that to happen. But Vitex here, this is a weird exchange. You run it through your app. Yes, I understand. So I don't even know how to talk about this one. So you take your coins, you put it on your app, and then you got to swap from your app wallet to the exchange wallet. And then, I don't know, it's just crazy stuff. The addresses are weird and crazy, and it's just totally different than everything else. Now, cashing out of Epic on this was fairly easy to do. I could, you know, I sold it, not too bad. But then to actually get into another coin, there's like no volume. So you'd have to spend a lot on fees to pull out your Bitcoin or something like that instead, or USDT. And I didn't want to do that. So swapping into something else that's cheaper to withdraw was a huge hassle. And it took a lot of time because you also, unless you want to take a huge hit because of the low volume, it just sucks. So, you know, I believe in Epic. It does have some cool things and seeing nice price gains, but the Vite exchange is absolutely horrible. Don't like it at all. You'll lose a lot of money unless you withdraw that. And then the fees to withdraw it, you're still losing a bunch of money. So it's a pain. With my CPUs to Minotaur X and Maza this week. Maza, I've heard a few people talking about that lately. I haven't checked it out yet. I am currently running a test for Diro on latest miners. Now I got Uranus versus AstroMiner, and Hansen released a miner as well. We can kind of look at the hash rates right now if you guys want. So here you can kind of see a few rigs here on Diro. And this is the Hansen miner right now. It's showing about 8.5 kilohash. These are all 3900X rigs. And this is AstroMiner with 3900X. You can see 8.7 kilohash versus 13.6. Now, I know what you're thinking right up to start. Well, look at the hash rate. It's not worth it. Miner's hash rate doesn't always necessarily mean better. And then here, like on a 5950X here, I'm almost at 18 kilohash, 17.78, 17.66 and stuff, which is crazy. That's what the 7950X is doing. The 7950X is now up to around 25 kilohash at my nice efficient setting. So it's pretty insane in hash rate on AstroMiner again. I'm testing Uranus versus these miners as well. I got a couple nodes set up and I'm pointing an X amount of the same hash rate at each node to see which one determines the most blocks. Now back to what I was kind of mentioning here about the hash rate is here we can see 8.7 versus 13.7. Now, when the original Diro miner emerged on a 3900X, we were around 6 kilohash or something on that 3900X. And then Diro Plus released and we were around 12 kilohash or something, 11 to 12 kilohash on the 3900X. So almost double or pretty much double the hash rate. But the Uranus miner, now this is everyone, they were flocking to this, not Uranus, to Diro Plus because the hash rate numbers were better. And then I actually tested it out and it found half as many blocks as the original miner with half the hash rate. So you were losing. Even though it showed you more hash rate, you were losing out. So example, like I can't remember what the network hash rate was at the time. Let's say I found 20 blocks with the original Diro miner, and then I used the miner that showed more hash rate in your dashboard. It only found like freaking 6 blocks versus 12 and so on. So like it found half of it. That means I made 50% less Diro with twice as much hash rate. So it's not always about the hash rate number. So I am putting up all 3 miners together. We're going to get to the bottom of what miner you should use. And then once I get the results down, I'm then going to go throw a rig on the test bench. We're going to figure out how much power each miner does use as well. So I think I have about 2 or 3 days left of testing to get all my numbers together, but we'll see what happens with that. And then finally, by the end, we'll come up, what is the best miner to use on Diro? So we'll see. Speaking of exchange, did you hear NASDAQ is going to add crypto, saying they're looking to add Q2 this year. Interesting. That's very interesting. Now, there's a few, I don't know if you guys follow like Whale Chart and these other, I can't remember what the other one is on Twitter where they always, every 2 minutes they got some new news article that they know about or something. Anyway, so a funny turn of events have been happening. So one is the U.S. Secretary, got a Gary Gensler, whatever his name is. He's reaching out now to Canada, UK, and other countries to start cracking down on crypto like they're like this, like the SEC kind of is. So, and everyone's kind of, saying this is retarded, just because your USD is failing doesn't mean you have to tell other countries to follow suit. We're just going to tell you to, get the heck out of here type of thing, right? So that's what's one thing that's going on there. And another thing was, one bank or one exchange, I can't remember what it is, they're not getting any help in crypto or from withdrawals or something with liquidity because they did support cryptocurrencies. So that's why they said, no, we're not helping you out because you're not supposed to be supporting cryptocurrencies. Then you turn around, just like you just said, now you got NASDAQ and all these other guys, 150 within the same day saying, okay, we're going to start accepting crypto and stuff. So you have one side saying, no, we're not helping anyone on bailouts or anything because you were part of crypto. And then we got the other side where the big firms are going to start accepting crypto. So what the heck is going on here? Like there's two different stories kind of going on all over the place. So it doesn't really make sense. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we are seeing a huge shift in the crypto. We're seeing a huge shift from government starting to accept it. And there was another thing I saw, and I can't remember that article. It popped up a couple days ago where some Republican, you guys see the senator, the bill they're trying to put in, where they're actually, they want to put this into the Senate to say, hey, we want proof of work mining to actually help out our economy. They want to move crypto into being officially part of the economy with like ETC, Bitcoin and stuff and so on, but only with proof of work coins. So I don't know. There's a lot of different angles and views being thrown out there right now, but it's going to be an interesting next couple of years. I feel things are going to be pretty crazy. No make crypto not sense. Operation Choke Point 2.0, Fed now CBDC. Yeah, we got to remember, the background, that's 100%. They're definitely going to be trying to push those, and that's just bad for all of us. And that's where I also feel we're going to see a huge move. Like CBDCs, guys, that's 100% not private. It's 100% that's like making a Facebook account. Obviously, you guys probably all have Facebook accounts, but all these companies, all they want is everything they know. Information and data sells, and all people care about is your data. They want to know what you can do. And then all of a sudden you take a CBDC, you stamp your identification, picture and everything to it. Now it's just a tracker, and they can say, oh, that guy didn't do this or that guy didn't do that. He doesn't get any funds this month or this week. They can just shut off your funds. It's a pretty big deal. So that's why I feel a move to the privacy coins could see some nice big bumps. We got XMR, we got Dero, we got Epic, we got a bunch of things kind of happening that is moving closer towards the privacy sector. And I think those coins are going to gain a lot more value just because of the privacy aspect. What do we got? In the end, we need the peer-to-peer transactions as well. We need businesses, establishments, whatever, to also start accepting these coins so that you can just straight up, send the coins over and purchase goods and services. Once that starts happening with a privacy coin, it's going to explode. I really feel that could cause a huge explosion if, businesses, I believe XMR is on some of those cryptocurrency, like at least the website versions, you can purchase stuff. I can't remember the name of those platforms, crypto payments or something like that. I think some of them have XMR at least, but I think that's a huge deal. Once these platforms start adapting it and more people move to online shops and running own businesses and they accept privacy coins as a payment, that could explode that privacy coin, I feel. This is the way. Coinami is a privacy exchange. Coinami. Are they an exchange for real? Privacy exchange? Like I know their wallet. A lot of people have not issues. There's good talk and bad talk about Konami, but I wasn't aware that they're an actually full out exchange. I knew about the wallet. That's about it. But yeah, I have to look into that, I guess. I've been getting 3070s for $4 per megahash. Like you're getting $4 3070s? That's crazy. I would take any crypto from anyone here for a brand new Varium C1100. Oh, you got a brand new C1100? Nice, nice. Those things are not cheap. Eth is next one to attack. Eth has a definitely it's gonna have some issues moving ahead. Now I wonder what's gonna happen. Is it next month? Yeah, next month. Who's a big trader here? What do you figure, Fully Electric and all you other guys that trade crypto and watch charts and stuff? What's going to happen next month when the Shanghai upgrade happens? Is this called Shanghai? When they're able to withdraw Ethereum? Now, are they still doing the same thing? They're on a queue system? Like, it's kind of funny. You can now withdraw crypto, but it might take you a year. I don't know how fast the queue system's going to go, but it's like they put them on a queue system so they know how much ETH is going to leave Ethereum and validating nodes, so they can probably put a halt on it if too much decides to leave. So I still feel there's a big centralized thing happening on Ethereum. If you want to get out, you might not be able to get out, but it's gonna be interesting. Now, is that queue system still there? I still don't even know if they're still having that queue system or not. I imagine they will be, but maybe not. Shanghai, third major market dive of the last 2 years. See, that's one way to look at it. At the same time, maybe some people won't. They want to keep their validator nodes going. But we got to remember, a huge chunk of the staked ETH happened just to start the beacon chain and everything. And Ethereum was only like, what, $300, $400, $500 then? And now it's like whatever. What is it right now? What's ETH at right now? Oh, we can look right here. ETH USD 1700. So it's still like 3x of when a lot of people potentially even staked up. So yes, they missed a huge 2021 bull run, but at the same time, maybe they're expecting a cataclysmic event where a lot of people withdraw and the price is going to tank. Maybe that's going to happen. They might start selling and maybe try to buy back in or something. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. C11 almost as good as some of my 37 OCTOMINER 12s. Yeah, one C11 is almost as good as 12 GPUs. It depends on the coin you're mining, obviously, and depends if you have the bit stream for that coin you're mining and things like that. But yeah, I've got a bad feeling about the Shanghai fork. I think ETH is going to tank. It'll be interesting. It's definitely, well, it's not definitely something to watch for. As a miner, I guess we would have, but we can't mine it anymore. So it's more of a stake inside. I don't really follow ETH that much. The upgrades pop up every once in a while. That is a fairly big deal when it comes to Ethereum, is the ability to actually unlock your staked ETH. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting though, for sure. Ergo, oh, the Ergo Bitstream is out now. What are the hash rates? Anyone got hash rates? C11 hash rates. What are they? Sustainable crypto. Anybody? What's the Ergo hash rates on an FPGA if the Bitstream is now? Does that mean the Bitstream is out for the E300s as well? That'd be interesting. Well, it must be, yeah. If the Bitstream's released, is it Team Redminer Bitstream? Yeah, it's hush hush. I'm gonna have to send a message to Osprey again. Check that out. See, so that'll be interesting if it's actually out. Let's have a look at that. Let's go to Osprey here. Osprey Electronics products. If you guys are still looking for these things, I do have a link down in the description with a coupon code for $100 off. Now, that'll put you to $49.99 for this unit. But anyway, regardless, do they say anything here yet? I wonder if they changed it. This guy says he's running 50 of these. That's crazy. Osprey Electronics, 3 hash boards. What do we got? Support feature other mining algorithms. So Ergo and RXD. So Radiant and Ergo is in the works. So you said Ergo is already out. So I guess if that's Team Redminer Bitstream, it will be available here. Osprey did tell me once the Bitstreams are available, you can simply contact them and download it from their website. So I don't know. I might have to message these guys and see if they got the Bitstream again, and maybe I can try and do another online thing with them or something. And we could test some Ergo on it as well. A remote access again, like I did originally with Caspa. Interesting. It's not public yet. So yeah, I'll see if these guys have it or not. See if I can get remote access. Get some numbers. It'd be interesting to see how well they do. Where do you have STKF? I got mine on Coinbase. If everyone sells on Shanghai, Coinbase could tank. Coinbase is already tanking, so could is already an option. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I bet you Metro Reich Crypto has it. Metro Mike. Do you mean Retro Mike? Did you do that on purpose? Put the letters backwards or something? But yeah, Retro Mike, do you have it? Are you testing it? Do you have it? You probably do have it, don't you? You probably coded it. You made the bit stream. Has anyone checked out team mining on NiceHash? What the heck is team mining now? No. They added up team mining. So is that like what Zergpool has where you can just, party mine? That's what sounds, it's probably the exact same thing. Team mining. Crazy. Damn it, Craig. Oh yeah, Retro has it. He has it. Oh, crazy. Nice hack for the win. For sure. Let's take a look at some CPU profitability right now, seeing how we're here. Let's go to the calculator. See what things are looking like. So we got the 3900X, one of them loaded up. As we saw, about 14,000 hashes now on Astrobot. Go 11 cent power. Calculation is... Okay, Duro is looking 91 cents on a 3900X. Free power, 66 cents after power. Network hash rate's up a little bit. That's one thing we got to watch out for. There's one or two guys on Duro that have like 200 to 300 mega hash. That just, I don't know. It's probably a bot or something, one of those botnets. But yeah, just like, every couple days, he'll just turn on and boom, there's a immediate 200 to 300 mega hash smashing onto the network. It's crazy. And it definitely destroys profitability, but we'll see what happens. Now, there's also rumors. I don't know fully on it, and I hope it's not true and doesn't happen, but, maybe it will. It sounds like there may be a GPU miner in the works for Duro. It's not going to be nothing like major ahead of the CPUs currently in its current state. It's about the same hash rate. It actually uses a bit more power than a CPU, but the hash rate is pretty close to what you would see on a CPU, just using a little bit more power. Now, what this could mean is obviously we could see a massive spike of hash rate and Duro just becomes zero profitability for everybody unless you have free power. So that could be a bad thing. The other thing is kind of what happened with V2. I'm curious about. Again, this is all speculation right now. I don't know how much truth is there. Now, a couple months ago, I believe Captain, he was open to someone making a GPU miner. But on the version 2 before it forked to the V3 of Astrobot, XMRig was able to mine Duro. But with it came a bunch of FPGAs as well. So I also feel a GPU miner is a gateway to FPGAs. So if that happens, we may see another fork to V4. I cannot confirm this or nothing, but I just feel that having a miner be able to use GPUs, someone will just figure out a bitstream or something for an FPGA. I just feel it's a gateway, and Captain is sound on not having FPGAs and stuff on the network, but he kind of is open to GPUs. So I don't know. It's going to be iffy for the future of Duro mining, but we'll see what happens. Are you going to test the 7900X? I can't afford any of this new equipment and stuff, so probably not. I don't have one. I don't plan on buying one really because I just can't afford it. I'd love to for sure. 100%. I'd love to get my hands on one and try it, but I just can't afford them. Now, when I do look at stuff, look for deals. Because the platforms and everything are so expensive, I just try to get the biggest one. So that is the 7950X versus the 7900X. But, if you find some good deals. Now, in the States there, you guys looks like the other day, there was a motherboard, CPU, no RAM though, but I think it was like $400 for a motherboard and RAM, or motherboard and the 7950X. That's a pretty good deal. Us in Canada here, the cheapest I can find, I found Memory Express has a deal for about $1,000. Actually, let's take a look at that. And they're kind of ripping you off. They're trying to, like, it is a deal, but it's not a deal at the same time. So it's cheap. Let's have a look. It just kind of made me mad when I chuckled at. So let's look at Memory Express. Let's go into Memory Express here. Us Canadians, we get ripped off everything. I don't know. It must cost about an extra 200% to import anything into Canada or something. Or we have no regulation and they can do whatever they want. Look at our cell phone plans. Look at our internet. We have the highest prices in the world for anything. And it's okay. They can get away with it. Regardless, let's look at the 7950X. Come into here. Where's their deal? So actually, let's just start right here. Look at the 7950X by itself. The 7950X by itself is regular 969, but it's been at 789 for like, I don't even know, 3 months now. Pretty much since a month after it released, this is like the new price. It just says it's on sale now instantly forever. Sale ends on April Fool's Day. Figures. But anyway, 789 has been like this for quite some time now. Now let's look at this deal. We come down, where's that cheap motherboard deal? Right here. So $1,000 for the motherboard and the CPU. But look where they're pricing the CPU at. The CPU is worth $969. We just saw it's been on sale for the past 3 months at 7 something. So they're trying to say you're getting a good deal here by using the original price of the original CPU, $969. How is this a good deal? It is still cheaper than buying the two together, but they're making it look like you come to their page here and they're like, oh, wow, you're saving $310. That's actually not too bad. But you're not saving anything because they got rid of the original deal of the CPU itself. They're charging original price. So yeah, little things. I don't know what's going on. Memory Express, what's wrong with you? I know most of the people out there seem to be mindless now due to government media, but if someone actually looks at your listings, they'll figure this out. Check Micro Center versus your Canadian outlet and see. Yeah, Micro Center is where all this good stuff's happening. So let's actually look. Let's look at Micro Center. Micro Center. Let's see what you guys got for deals right now. And first, we'll just swap it over to Canadian funds now. Okay, what can we help you find? 7950X. What do you guys got going on here? What is this? Is this like So this is RAM, motherboard, and that for $799. Okay, that's not the good one I thought. What do we got here? That's a 1000. How come I'm not seeing the good deals? I'm not seeing the good deals. Okay, let's try. No, where's my Discord? Discord, I believe is in here somewhere. General. Is it in here? Is it in CPU chat? Let's see if I can find some of these deals. What's this? Asus Prime. Where is that? P something. Is this it? Does this seem like a good deal? Or is this Canadian? 79. Okay, this is the Canadian one. I can't find it. Where was that? I don't know where it is now. I'll have to find it some other time, but it might be an in-store only thing. I'm not really seeing the good deal here on the actual website unless I'm looking the wrong spot. But it was like $400 US for a motherboard and that. So let's just think 400 USD. Let's just look at that. 400 USD to CAD is $552 to get the 7950X and an AM5 motherboard. I don't even care what motherboard, but the cheapest deal at Memory Express there we saw is $1,000. So twice as much as the US counterpart. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was 450 USD. I can't remember what it was. It was like 450 or something, maybe. I don't know, but it was crazy. It was super good. And it, like I said, it's like 50% less than anything we get in Canada. Just like Keaton from Hiva West there. He think he's up to his 8th or 9th 7950X mining rig because he's been getting free RAM with everything. And oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's like 50% less than anything we found in Canada here. It's crazy. He's been getting so many deals just by going to what is it, Micro Center, because he lives right by one and picks them up. So it's crazy. Oh, another thing, maybe we'll check this out. I don't know if you guys care about ASICs or not. I wanted to bring this up, but L7 has Hive on firmware now. Now I don't know what's going on with the 9. Like what version they're basing this off of, because as we know, the 9.5 gigahash version is like 3425 watts or something. Well, they're all 3425 watts or something, I think. They just have crappier chips, so they keep selling them at that. But it looks like here you can get, well, it says 3500 watts, which is actually more for the 9.5, which is why I don't know the version. But you can see when you go down to 9 gigahash, you're at 3100 watts, which is moving your efficiency up and away. And you can even drop this thing down to 6 gigahash. And you think, oh, it's 6 gigahash, I don't want to, but that's only 1960 watts here. You're saving $3.43 a day in power based on that. So it's going to be, technically like an extra $3 a day you'll be making because of the efficiency. So it's crazy. It's kind of crazy here. So we do have this. The Doge 2 is now supported on Hivon firmware as well. And I'm kind of working with them. I got to check out the beta ASIC hub because we're trying to see if we can get the second generation of the new box miners, like the CK box 2, the KD box 2, and so on within the Hivon ASIC firmware. Now, why would this benefit you? Some of you guys might not want to use it. Some of you will. But one, you can get more efficiency out of your miner, or you can tweak it a bit. Also, you can have everything within your Hivon dashboard. Just like when you're checking your GPU rigs, you will be checking your ASIC rigs alongside it. Like as you can see, if I come into here, I used to have my L3 Plus here. So here's Rabid's ASIC farm. Here's my L3 Plus, which hasn't been on for a while. But yeah, so, that's just adds more utility for having your rigs all together. But it looks like they're working on getting their firmware out for all these various new miners as well. So keep you updated on that. Oh, what is this? Linus Tech Tip will send me 2 BTC when I send 1 BTC to him. It's super deal. I only waited for 2 days now for it. Oh man, yeah. That's a huge issue that happened with Linus there. Like I didn't catch his video yet. I'm sure. Did you guys watch his video when he was talking about what happened and all this stuff? I know there's a bunch of stuff on how to prevent it. I gotta check those out. I'm curious, like, what happened there? Where did it go through? There's so much going on. That same thing happened with DJ Mines. He lost his channel, and that's the same thing that happened. They deleted or unlisted everything and then started, running scam ads all across it. So crazy. I got to figure out what's going on there. I probably should rechange all my passwords and just be safe, clear everything. I do plan on doing a fresh Windows install here soon as well, but that's something we definitely can't take lightly because that would suck. It happened to me before and it sucks. I didn't lose everything and delete everything, but I did lose my channel for like 3 months due to a stupid issue from some gamer guy. But we're not going to get into that. But, waking up one day to check to see if your video released or if everything's ready just before release to saying, oh, sorry, this page can't be found is like, what just happened? It sucks. And yeah, wow. I don't want to go through that again. And DJ 60 days, a PDF from a trusted sender started the incident. It was a PDF from a trusted sender. Interesting. I don't do none of that. If I see anything, I just delete. Like, nope, not happening. Check the emails and whatever. I don't open anything. I absolutely don't click on anything. I am thinking, you should probably have a separate laptop to maybe just do certain things like that as well, so it doesn't get into your cookies or your browsers or anything like that as well. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It kind of helps when you have contact with the YouTube directly, kind of. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, someone like Linus, I bet you they probably had someone on speed dial. Hey, guess what happened? Not looking good. Fix it. Someone success. What is that? Someone's session token cookie got captured when they opened a malicious PDF file. All right, yeah, that makes 100% sense. Just don't click on anything. It's bad. You got a lot of CPUs with good motherboard. Once proof of useful work release and success, it's more easy for you. Just plug the GPU since proof of work will need PCI Express times 16. Yeah, that's very true. At the same time, am I even going to want to do that? I have no idea. Like now I'm going to have to remove my GPU rigs for a CPU rig, and everyone's going to want to be doing this proof of useful work thing. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. I might just be better off keeping my CPU mining. That's what I have been doing, and they've been way better off than my GPUs. My GPUs are still shut off because nothing is profitable, which is another thing I want to talk to you guys today. Let's take a look at GPU mining profitability. What's it looking like right now? I'm just going to go with default settings. Obviously, we can make things a little more efficient. Here we have Radiant, 11 cents after power at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. That's pretty good. But remember what we just looked at, the E300 will soon be mining Radiant. GPUs won't be too hot anymore. Caspa, the aggressive halving schedule of Caspa. If you're unfamiliar, I did do a video on the block rewards and the emissions of Caspa. It does drop every single month, which works out to be a halving every year. So the small reduction every month after one's full year's time has gone by, it does work out to be a complete halving every single year. So the block reward reduction is very fast on Caspa. And as the block rewards drop and more GPUs turn online, then we get more efficient, like these FPGAs hitting out there. It's just, GPUs are not going to be able to mine this. Well, they can if you have free power or you don't care about taking a hit, but FPGAs are going to be the dominant force. And then I guess ASICs and whatever happens after that on Caspa. We got Feathercoin. Don't know what's going on with that. It's break even at least 11 cents. Lithium is now at 2 cents. Nexa is down to 4-cent negativity. Flux is hanging out at negative 8 cents. Rio negative 8, and nothing else is profitable. So we got 1, 2, 3 profitable coins right now at my power price, and 2 of them GPUs are going to die on within a year or 2 anyway. So yeah, not looking too bright for the future still. Now let's move on into what we have going on over here at hashrate.no. Now, unlike what we've seen on What to Mine, we have Dynex here, and Dynex is back to looking like one of the best coins here to mine. What is the hash rate? Last I looked, there's like 40 mega hash on this. What is Dynex at? Dynex coin hash rate. Oh my God, yeah, 44.46. Do you guys remember the days when there was only like 6 mega hash and I thought that was getting high? Now we're at 44 mega hash on Dynex. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Crazy. It's growing for sure. Here you can see the bump. What was it here? 21 mega hash. Like, where was it way before here? Like, it was down to, yeah, I remember 6 to 8 mega hash days. It was pretty good. Now it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But yeah, anyway, so what do you guys think? What are your guys' plans for mining into the future? Like, are you planning on being more diverse? Are you moving to an ASIC side? Are you going to be all in GPUs? You're going to be moving to GPUs, CPUs, ASICs, keyboard mining, mouse mining, whatever other type of mining pops up as well. We got hard drives out there. You might have monitor mining. I don't know. Who knows what the next evolution of mining will be? A Dogecoin vulnerability. What? Dogecoin vulnerability. Flux's plan is to eventually have it so you can mine whatever you want, then switch to proof of useful work when it's loaded up, then switch back after. What do you mean by mine whatever you want? So you mine Flux. It's not mine whatever you want. It'd be you mine Flux or proof of useful work. It's a 2 options, not everything option. Because they don't control Ravencoin and other coins. But yeah, I don't know. That makes sense though. If you have this, then do that. But it's going to be a lot. It's not as simple as just moving your GPUs to proof of useful work, because you need a totally different system for that. So it's not going to be as easy as it made out to sound. Like originally, proof of useful work, we're just going to slam our ×1 slot, X12 OCTOMINERs onto rendering AI. And right from the get-go, I was very skeptic. And you guys know that's up full of channels. Like, how is that going to work? Everyone's saying that it's just, that's how it's going to work, because that's what was said, right, for instance, from the start. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I render a video. I'm not rendering my video on a ×1 slot. It would take me all freaking day to render a 10-minute video on a ×1 slot or something, or on a Pentium Celeron 1990 CPU or something, right? Like, it's going to take all day. It just won't do it, or it'll crash and die. So I was like, you're going to need better hardware. You're going to need ×16. You're going to need a good CPU. You're going to need a video card like a 4090 or a 3090 with a lot of memory or something, or the AMD GPUs. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then all of a sudden the new specs kind of released with their last white paper and so on, and everyone's still saying how great a thing is, but no one's realizing that your rig cost is now probably quadrupled in price, because you got to get a motherboard that supports all these PCI Express lanes. You need a CPU that supports all those PCI Express lanes, and you need GPUs with memory and able to do this on those slots. It's not going to be cheap. So now you're going to take your X12 OCTOMINER, you're going to get a decent CPU. Maybe you have some 3900Xs running around. Maybe you have a 7000 series CPU. So you put your GPU on that. So now all of a sudden, okay, proof of useful work, it's filled up. So, or I don't want to do it right now, it's not profitable. Now I'm going to move back onto just mining Flux, say. Now I only got one CPU or one GPU or maybe two GPUs on this big rig. Now you have to take out your GPUs, put them back in your OCTOMINER, line them all up because that makes more sense to mine that way instead of having 100 rigs with one or two GPUs on them. So it's not going to be as simple as just moving back and forth for larger scale type of miners. I feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that too. Probably. We don't really know until these things actually start happening. Now I know Flux is saying that they started the whole proof of useful work thing, but now allegedly we have 3 or 4 other coins that say they're doing it and Flux still isn't doing it. So what's going on here? What's happening? What's really happening in the background? Is it happening? Is it not happening? Is someone doing it better? Is someone not even doing it at all? We have no idea. We just have to wait, see how everything plays out, and then just choose our projects and go from there. We'll see. What is it? Dynex will be fully mined in a few years. Smartest longevity of any mineable coin thus far. Still could be a rug. I'm tracking a chance. Hodl it and see what happens in 5 years. Yeah, you never know. Who knows? Hodl it. It's definitely a gamble. We don't know what it's going to do. The other thing with, I guess, Dynex is they have that solution fee. What is that? It's been about 2,500 to 5,000 coins. Originally, it was thought to be around 1 million coins, but now it looks like the past few people who found it was getting 5,000. So that's a nice, cruise as well. Imagine being the guy that hits that, little jackpot there. So on top of mining, it's almost like you have like a solo mining potential there as well, while not even solo mining. So that's kind of cool. Is the Flux proof of use work comp set flawed? It's not flawed. I feel a lot of people think it's going to be a lot easier of a transition than it really is going to be. It's going to be expensive rigs. Look what happened when Filecoin first came out. We looked at it like, whoa, that's like a $10,000 miner that you're pretty much building right there. And that's kind of what you need for proof of useful work, at least for depending what each one wants to do. Now, when it comes into AIs and things like that, or, Chat GPT there is needing more. And then NVIDIA just released kind of their new AI type of technology. These things are insane compared to GPUs. So now we're not even dealing with GPUs anymore. There's probably going to be even more specialized hardware for proof of useful work in the future. So there's still a lot of unknowns. I'm not saying it's flawed, but it probably comes down to what they actually are going to do the proof of useful work. I don't feel Flux is going to be jumping into AIs and anything like that because I don't think it'll support it. But on other things, on maybe doing something less intensive, they very well could be as well with the other one. We have render token. That's, I guess, in theory, a proof of useful work because people will be rendering stuff, right? So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what each coin does what and how they do their things and so on. But we just don't know. We have to wait and see. There is a Reddit article. Is the concept under... Oh, is there? There's an article? So I'll check that article out and see. I don't know if it's flawed. I think it depends what they actually want to do. I don't think they're going to be able to do everything. And I just feel like a 3000 series GPU is probably not going to compare anything versus what NVIDIA just announced for its AI type of rendering and stuff. So I feel it's going to be a shift in hardware and everything as well. But we'll see. We have to wait. Any site or vid that could help me mine my own MBCQT. MBC. What is MBC? Let's look this up. See what it is. MBC. Micro Bitcoin. Micro Bitcoin. What is Micro Bitcoin? Oh, it's on our plan. Zpool. Zergpool's on it. Power 2B. 89.1 kilohash. I don't even know. What is this algorithm? Power 2B. What is this? This is a CPU. This is a GPU. This is an ASIC, FPGA. I have no idea what the algorithm really is, but Micro Bitcoin. It's on Zergpool, so that's a good thing. You could easily mine the Zergpool and just get paid out in whatever. Bitcoin if you want, any other coin. So that'd probably be the best entryway into it. Any real proof of use algorithm will require more than just 1x PCI lane. Yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. We gotta like Flux implemented their thing. You're gonna need, as recommended, is times 16, and then I believe like the low spec is times 8. So you're going to need all these lanes. You're going to want to run your hardware as good as possible. Like someone with an OCTOMINER, they loaded up with 3080s. They got 12 of them in there versus, maybe one guy that has a 7950X CPU and a 4090. is probably going to make more than that OCTOMINER rig because he's rocking the crap out of everything. So who knows? We'll see. I don't know. We'll just have to wait for it to happen. X16. What are we talking about the X16? That thing is going to be an absolute beast for sure. X16, that thing's amazing. We haven't seen it perform yet, but based on the specs, the X16 is just awesome. CPU and Dynix. I don't think that is real. Yeah, a lot of people don't think it's real. I have no idea. All I know is it's profitable. You don't have to hold a coin. Just get the most amount that you can out of your equipment. Get it paid the worst. You don't take a job, say, okay, I got an application for 3 separate jobs. They're all doing the same thing, but one of them pays twice as much as the other ones. Where are you going to go? Dynix is paying you the most for your hardware. So just go there. Get the most for it. You can swap it into whatever project you want, but you don't have to mine it unless you want to support the network. You know, people do that and they need your support. But for me, you know, it's about profitability. I want someone to pay my equipment the most amount possible. And then from there, I can just decide what I think the future will be. And hopefully, you know, buy Cadena, buy Flux, buy something else with the coin that pays you the most. You can do that. You know, that's another way you can go about it. Yeah, the cries going on hardware changes coming for proof of useful work. Yeah, I know, because you got to remember, a lot of people were misled. You know, proof of useful work used to come out. It used to be said, you know, you could just easily swap your rigs over to mine proof of useful work. Start AI rendering, run the world. The world needs us. Yeah, the world does need it, but it's now looking like you can't just simply swap your stuff over. You need to like redo your entire infrastructure. You need to rebuild your rigs. You can't buy the cheapest CPU anymore, the cheapest mining motherboard or anything. You need to legitly look for lanes and everything. You need to build a gaming PC pretty much to do proof of useful work. So 5950X or 7950X. When it comes down to price, I would go with the 5000 series unless you can find a really good deal on the 7000 series, then it's worth it. The 7000 series is, you know, for sure, it's the better way to go about it. But when it comes to the price comparisons, you're better off with the 3 or 5000 series just because it's cheaper. You need a bunch of PCI Express lanes for sure. What do we got here? Zerg, in my opinion. Yeah, Zerg's awesome. Any real, okay, we went through that, The way I understand from the Reddit article is they're aiming for something in the works of Vast IO and Deep Brain Chain. I think I heard about those once. I'm not really sure what they're all about, but yeah. Do the 7000 series X3D CPUs have much increase in hash Ghost Rider? I think they hash less, actually. I don't know for sure. So you have to look at the specs. I don't know. I think they ended up keeping the same L2. I know with the 5800 X3Ds, they did drop the L2 cache a little bit for the extra ones. Now, you got to think of the L3. That's more of a gaming thing, really, but you got to think of it as like a GPU with a DAG file. Once you have the amount to mine something, you're not going to see any increased hash rates from it. It's not going to be a magical booster to hash more. That's not the way the 3D cache works. The 3D L3 3D cache is just like a DAG file. Like I said, with Ghost Rider, all you need is 2 megabytes per thread. If you have way too much, that just means you load all your threads up and that's it. The rest is wasted, not needed. Now, the only thing the X3D really benefits in my opinion, is on Haven, where you need 4 megabytes of L3 cache. Now, when I didn't have the 5800 X3D. I did have someone else test it, but I told them like the settings to use so I could verse it versus the 3900X, because the 39s, 3950s, 59s, 5950X, they all have 64 megabytes of L3, which means they can all only use 16 threads on Haven, where the 5800 X3D was able to use 16 threads as well, but it's able to use its whole CPU. We're only using half the CPU with the other models. Now, the actual 3900X and 5900X and stuff did get more hash per thread on Haven versus the X3D version. But now we're dealing with an 8-core 16 thread versus the 12 and 24s and then the 16 and 32s. Half the CPU, but they're still hashing more per thread, even though they couldn't use the full CPU. So that's where I feel, the X3D versions, they're more, leave them for the gamers. They're the next new thing. They're going to cost you even more than now the previous versions of the X series, 7000 series. So that's just not worth the extra cost at all. You're not going to see any benefit unless you're heavy into a Haven miner. So that's the only way I kind of see that. Again, I don't know for sure because I haven't tested. I don't have one, but that's just kind of what I've seen with the 5800X3D. It's a gaming chip, not a mining chip. And the 4 of them is reserved for chipset. Yeah, there you go. So 20 PCI Express lanes. So you're going to need like Epics, maybe some Xeons, depending on the model. Threadrippers. It's not going to be cheap to get like the best, to build the, to get the absolute best proof of useful work system. But then again, we're still skeptical. We're still skeptic right now. We don't know how everything, maybe there's going to be some tweaking. Maybe they can fix something somehow. Maybe we're going to mine to like a huge node server AI thing who's then implements massive hardware around that or something. I don't know. We don't know how they're going to do all this. So we just have to wait for everything to finally emerge, test it out, and see what happens. But if it's going to be like anything like you would do at home, you're going to need a beast of a CPU and a beast of a PC in general. Threadripper, yeah. AMD sales are about to go through the roof. Oh, crazy. Have you seen Terra hosting place in Florida? I have not seen it yet. No, I know they do some live stream stuff from there. I haven't seen like pictures or anything. They updated their website if there's some there. I know Panda was over there a couple weeks ago visiting, but yeah, I haven't actually seen too many pictures other than like thumbnails and stuff. Will XMR hit its all-time high? I hope so. I hope everything does. 2025, hopefully everything does. But you got to keep in mind, some coins might not. Some may not hit their all-time highs. Cadena, I'm really starting to get skeptical about Cadena. Like, it pumped very fast in 2021, surprised a lot of people and brought more miners to the system. And yes, it was profitable. It's been on like a solid red trend ever since. Market's been going up. Cadena just stalls out or just keeps on going down or something. It hasn't been seeing the gains. Now, hopefully it does see some nice gains. We all wanted to. I've got some Cadena for the past couple of years that I've been mining. Not very much, a couple hundred, because I only had the little mini miners. But I feel Bitmain may have hurt Cadena potentially. Now, there used to be small miners. We got the gold shell miners. We got the mini box miners. There's a lot more wallets mining it previously, because right now, all the other miners really aren't even profitable anymore. So now less people are mining it. Yeah, the hash rate is way up, but the hash rate is way up to a select few wallets. So it became a lot more of a centralized mining coin now than compared to a more of a decentralized coin before. I feel that's going to hurt it long term, but we'll just have to wait to see what happens. I know a lot of people, I watched some Reddit posts, some people that have like 200 of the KA3 miners. Obviously, that's what you need to mine it now, but they're saying, oh, the hash rate increase brings value. Miners bring sell pressure. Miners don't bring the value. And if the majority of all the hash rate is at a select few locations, it's totally centralized. So I don't know. I feel KDA is losing momentum compared to what it used to have, all because of these KA3s. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And hopefully it goes up, because I'm sure we all have a little bit of Cadena hiding somewhere. But I don't know. I just feel like it's slowly bleeding dry, potentially. But we'll see what happens. But DPC, you can't just utilize a normal mining rig. You need a really good CPU and lots of RAM. Yeah, that's another thing we have to worry about, the RAM. Cadena, Trillion Capital saying Cadena is going to do well. Just development needs to pick up. Oh, that's very true. Maybe instead of 2025, 2029 looks like a better option. Well, every cycle is a better option than the previous cycle. But Cadena could be one of those interesting ones where it may or may not see an all-time high in the next bull run. Just like some coins, their all-time highs were in 2017, 2018. And they didn't even come close in 2021. So hopefully that's not Cadena. We all have hopes and dreams and spikes, but not every coin is actually going to make it there. So we got to keep that in the back of your mind. Your spec mining dreams and everything, you need to open up to the reality that, it might not happen. It might not. We hope it will, but it might not. There's always that chance. What do we got here? And now Okay, DP2 went to that. Do you have any questions, guys? Everyone have something you want to talk about? Bring up something I missed? Ironfish is coming up here soon. We got, I guess it's the 25th now, so less than a month. You guys pumped for trying out the mainnet on Ironfish when that happens, or what? Are you guys just like, no thanks, don't want it? Totally up to you. I'm gonna try it. I got my node set up, it's ready to go. Once mainnet releases, the blocks will start from 0. Try it out, see what happens. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, it's good. We don't know yet. What's for dinner today? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're gonna have for dinner today, actually. Do blockchain accelerators work in OCTOMINERs? That's a very good question. I have no idea. I have no clue if they would work in an OCTOMINER or not. Maybe they might, but I don't know. You'd think so. You'd think they would. I have none of these. I really want some FPGAs to try out, but I haven't. I was like, what was it? I was supposed to get one from that guy in Discord there not too long ago who had 500 for sales, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared on me. So I don't know what happened to him. So yeah, I have no FPGAs in the works at all. Thought I did, failed. They're really hard to get your hands on. They're really, really hard. So what you saw, they don't work on a riser. Oh yeah, that's right. They use like the little micro USB thing. Now it probably depends on the model. The FK33s use the little micro USB plug like you would for like a PlayStation 4 controller, right? And to the USB. So yeah, they don't run on the riser. They have the PC, they'll slot on the PCB for that, but there's no data going through there as far as I'm aware. It's through the plug. But what could you do then? You could plug that still in though. You can still plug that in the USB part. So you just need a transaction. You just need a different cable, really. If you get the right data cable, you can still use the USB to the motherboard and so on. But oh yeah, that wouldn't work in a OCTOMINER though because it doesn't transfer through that. But I wonder, could you go USB, micro USB to maybe the riser ×1 to the slot? But then you got to figure out a way. It'll be complicated. I bet you there's a way to do it. You just have to do a lot of playing around. But there's probably a way you could do it. PS4, you have a PS2. If you're just at the beginning of your mining journey, you have GeForce RTX NVIDIA 2070, old LG Stylo 6 phone, iPhone 6 phone, 3 2020, 2023 Motorola's, couple of old Samsung phones I used to mine on. If this was you. I used to use a cell phone to mine on a few coins. What did I mined XMR. I think I mined some Veers coin. No, not Veers coin. Scala, maybe? I can't remember. I tried a couple coins on a cell phone previously before. AMD owns, yes, AMD owns them now. AMD, yeah, they own all those guys. The FPGA guy, the best FPGA guys out there. Where would you start? What coins or tokens would you go for? So Anthony, you're asking right now. Oh, that's a tough question. I would start with building just a gaming PC. Build yourself a nice gaming PC workstation, and then you can play with everything. You can put your GPU on something, play around. You can put your CPU on something, play around, and kind of get both worlds and see what feels better for you. There's a lot of GPU miners that absolutely hate mining on a CPU, and there's a lot of CPU miners that don't like GPUs. And then there's me. I don't really care what I mine on. If something's making profit, that's what I use. So yeah, it's different for everybody and what they want to do and learning curves and so on. For CPU mining, Diro or Monero? Currently, right now, I would rock Diro because it is the most profitable coin. What's the pool looking at? The pool has been gaining. It's a decent amount of hash rate lately. Let's just have a look here. Where you at? Hash rate on the pool is, hurry up and update. You're taking so long. There we go. We have 278 miners, about 4.6 mega hash. 778 workers. So that's not too bad. Pool's growing a little bit. If you want to mine on some Diro, check out the RabidMining pool right here. It's a lot of fun. That's where we mine together. Caspa Hero Miners pool is down. Really? Caspa's down on Hero Miners? That sucks. They charge 10% on FPGA. Who does? Wealth talks. Team Red Miner supports Vario. Oh, Team Red Miner has a 10% Bitstream dev fee? That sucks, but I guess, it's the only way you can mine on them. They're super efficient, but So now you got 10% plus the pool fee, 1%. So you're paying like 11 to 12%, depending on what you're buying it. You like both getting profitable in my challenge. You like both? Yes, awesome. They're both getting profitable in your challenge? Oh, is my challenge. Yeah. Getting profitable is challenge. What's your power price at? Yo, you should check out that new Volkssash. What? Volkssash. New coin Volkssash. That is that real? Let's go to mining pool stats. What do we got here? Volkssash. Volkssash? What? Volk. It's not even on mining pool stats. Is this thing for real? Is it a link I'm going to click on and get hacked in front of everybody's eyes? I don't think I'm looking into it. It sounds too something bad. What are the other privacy coins minus XMR? I believe Epic is looking into privacy. Dero is privacy. Haven, I think, is like a stable coin for XMR and stuff. It's a privacy based stable type of thingamajigger. So there's Haven out there. Look at it's in the new coin section. Okay, gotcha. So it's not listed on the other one yet. New coin. What do we got here? Volta. Yes Power. Now, which Yes Power is this? Is this the GPU Yes Power or the non-GPU Yes Power? What is this? Douche E-Mark. Douchesh E-Mark. Party Chain. What the? That's party. Tachi coin is still rocking here. Interesting. Paprika coin. Flora chain. Flora chain. Does it have hash rate on it? This Flora chain. You guys. This thing looks kind of scammy-ish, doesn't it? Let's see. Blocker would like to gather people's opinions on the block reward ratio before we make the final decision. They don't even know what they want the block reward to be yet. What is going on here? How old is that? March. Oh, yeah. It's just a test net or is this a main net? And they don't even know what they want their block reward to be yet? That is so weird. Weird. Okay, what else? They got Telegram, Discord. We would like people to gather. What would? There's something I hear seeing. Oh yeah, the pre-sale. Yeah, what is this pre-sale thing I didn't understand that confused me? FYT pre-sale has been successfully completed tomorrow. Yeah, there's something about they want to do a whole bunch of pre-saling and like I don't know. This is something that I just like get away. I don't know. Yeah, Flora's a rug pull. Stay away for sure. They had this huge pre-sale and pre-mine, and now they're going live and they're asking for a vote to see what our block reward should be. Like, come on, you guys are the devs. This stuff should be figured out before you even start mining it or something. What is happening? Yeah, don't mind that guy. Well, okay, you can mine it if you want. Maybe you can make some money, but don't buy it. I guess is the better way to. Don't buy it. Don't hodl it. Don't expect this thing to, pass Bitcoin or something like that. But anyway, you can mine it and maybe it's profitable. I don't know, but yeah, don't be buying that coin. Isn't Flora chain the old pink chain? Probably. Wouldn't doubt it. Makes sense. Flora chain. It's probably the same devs. Sounds kind of close to like. Who knows? I have no idea, but that looks not good. Insert South Park meme. And it's gone. Buy Rabid coin. Yeah, you guys. Rabid coin to the moon. I haven't looked into that coin at all forever. I did the fork and that's where it ended. We'll see what happens with it. Just stick with Ironfish. Yeah, I'm kind of pumped for Ironfish. Something new, something happening. It's gaining momentum. Like some large pools, bigger names are talking about it. The KYC thing is still kind of interesting and all that, but that was only for the testnet. Now, testnet, US users, that's all the KYC. Once it's mainnet, even right now in the testnet, you do not need any KYC. It's not needed for anything. Buying CKB while you're all sleeping. CKB had a nice little pump there. I've been talking about CKB for a while. I feel it's going to outperform Cadena. It has been already this whole year by quite a bit. And that's why I also felt previously, like I felt the K7 would probably be a better miner to get versus the KA3 when they're both released. And now, yes, the K7's released already, but the K3 and the hash rate's going up, up, and away. I just feel the coin CKB in general will probably have better performance, just like what we saw in the previous bull run and stuff. Every time Bitcoin kind of goes up, CKB is following it pretty close. It almost looks identical to it with a way smaller market cap. So I just feel that CKB has, you know, some great potential ahead of it, even more than I believe in KDA at this point. But we'll wait and see what happens in 2025. I'm gonna drop the FUD coin for that'll be wicked, the FUD coin. Oh, FUD coin. I got my FUD miner ready to roll. FUD miner 1, FUD miner 2. That's hilarious. Oh. The good thing about Ironfish delay is it gives a few more pools to get in order. Would have been 100% Hero Miners if it had launched when it was supposed to. For sure, Hero Miners definitely would have jumped. I think that's what Hero Miners was hoping for. Up the get-go, and then all of a sudden the delay happened due to a minting issue or something. But yeah, more pools are able to leap up, because remember, it's all about getting the miners first. You got to think about this. Miners are lazy. No offense to nobody, you guys, myself, anybody, but seriously, look at Wooly Pooly still rocking the hash rate on Caspa. They can robbing everybody blind. It seems like nobody cares. They said they'll have everything worked out and they'll be giving extra in 2 weeks. It's been like over a month and a half. Everyone's still getting robbed, but no one moves their hash rate anywhere. Once miners are on a pool, they don't check crap. There's still people probably mining Ethereum out there. They don't check things. They set it and forget it, and they don't care if they're getting robbed. They don't look into it. They don't realize these things are happening. So miners are lazy. I'm sorry. No offense to any of you guys out there, but we know this. It's once hash rate is situated on a pool, they're not moving. And that's why I feel a lot of these times, like previously, they do a lot of these mining pool votes. You know, choose these 4 pools, and then that means this vote will go this way. And choose these pools, the vote will go this way. No one moves their hash rate, so they just choose whatever pools has the most hash rate and say this will be this way. They're already fixing votes from the get-go because no one moves their hash rate. They don't pay attention to this crap. They don't look at things. So yeah, it's interesting. Miners got to do more work. Seriously, it's not a set and forget it thing. You got to really realize. And that's a lot of things I try to bring to light, like with the ZIL thing. Look at a lot of the pools that are ripping everybody off, still loaded up with hash rate. Nobody cares that they're losing 50% of their profits. They're still on the pool because they either don't care or they just don't move. They just don't want to, or check rigs, check anything. So yeah, be very careful. I've been getting extra payouts. Oh, you've been getting extra payouts now? Interesting. Are they slowly starting to fix things now? Are you still mining Doge? Wow, no. Ever since they upgraded to dropping the DAG to 2 gigabytes, the Apollos have not worked on it. I don't know if they're working on it again, but I just threw everything right back on K1 pool. Let's actually, I haven't checked on my stuff for a while. I'm going to go to K1 pool here. Not K11. What is this? Mitsubishi? What is happening? Let's go to K1 pool here and K1 speed. Oh my gosh. K1 pool. And see what things are looking like. It's been a little while. I better check on this. How is ETC and ZIL mining doing? Now, K1 pool does seem to be a dominant factor. Where's dark mode? Let's just go to, we're going to open up ZIL. We're going to open up ETC. Now, remember, previously, Flex pool, other pools, my ZIL, I've been getting what? Anywhere from 16 to 24 coins. Crazy pool is a lot better. I think they were around 30 to 40 coins, 30 to 35 coins, something like that. I can't remember, but it was better than Flex pool. But then we ended up on K1 pool and it was just dominant. So let's just look at ZIL. My stats. ZIL, what are you doing for me? Rewards. How many? Oh my gosh, look at this. 52 ZIL. So yeah, it's constant. 52, 55, 46, 48, 40, 57, 59, 55. 58, 57, 56, 55, 63, 55. So like you can see over 50 for the past however many days this is. How's the ETC doing over here though? And this is with, remember, blah, blah, blah. Where's my workers? Yeah, so these are the Apollo mini miners, one of each. That's the ZIL that they're making. What does that actually work out? Payouts, stats, like extra bonus here. Last 24 hours. That's $1.40. $1.44 just in ZIL profits alone right there for the past 24 hours. Then we got our rewards for ETC. What are we rocking here? So we're like 0.38, 0.42, 37, 38, 38, 38, 44, 38, 38. So what's past 24 hours looking like? 24 hours, $8.76. So 8.76. That's USD. 8.76 plus what's the ZIL? The ZIL $1.44. Now the ZIL boost is actually a lot more than it looks. So right now I'm about $10.20 a day with 5 Apollos and 2 Jazz miners, and I use about it's about a little over $4 in power. So I'm making about $6 a day in a bear market. Now if ETC pumps, obviously that's going to be a lot more. So this is looking sweet. X16 is going to be amazing for ETC, but this ZIL boost here. So what is my actual hash rate? I don't even know what I'd be making without the Jazz miner. So I'd be dropping about 1 point some gigahash away from this. Where's ETC? Where's my workers? So I'd have to drop. Average here is saying 962 and 4. Oh yeah, they just had, okay, so this is lower than what it normally was. You can see the drop here. I believe an epoch just went through. I remember my Jazz miners were resetting this morning every 4 days, 4.5. When an epoch happens, the Jazz miners do reset. Got to reload the next size DAG and do that. So that's why we're seeing a little lower hash rate. So I think we're about 1.1 and what, 67 mega hash here, 6700. So 1.1 plus, let's just go 600. What is this? Oh, 1100 plus 600. So we got to take about 1.7 gigahash off this. And that's what I would be getting for ETC. 1.7 gigahash, just under half. So let's just see here. So let's just take just under half, just for the Apollos, for example, 24, 8 something. So let's just say we're making about $5 a day. And then the ZIL, because all the ZIL is coming from the Apollos, not the Jazz miners. So we're adding an extra $1.44 to $5, which is a pretty big boost using that ZIL. Now for GPUs, K1 Pool, I've been talking to them and they're looking for some more information on things. We're trying to work back and forth. But a lot of people are missing out on a lot of profits on their GPUs right now, depending what you're mining. Now you got to remember, you can pretty much mine anything with ZIL now. So Ravencoin miners, if you're mining Ravencoin and Ravencoin only, you are missing out on that additional ZIL mining as well. So you, with the miners these days, you can boost any income at this point now with ZIL mining as well. I'm trying to tune my RX 6800 XT using more power tool, but I keep bricking the BIOS and resetting it. Do you know anyone who has tuned the RX 6800 XT for Caspa using the more power tool? I don't have any of those GPUs, so I'm not too sure, but we can. What are you trying to run? That's fine. What do you got? 6800? Let's see what it shows at hashrate.no here. 6800 XT 6800 XT right here. So you want Caspa. What is it? Chinet's at first. We looked at this one a while ago. You guys remember that? A couple weeks ago on a stream, we looked at Chinet. It's on the top right here, which is weird. Not, oh no, okay, never mind. It's broke. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, regardless, look at Caspa. It's the same for overclocking. So here we have core clock lock 1800, memory 1700. Oh, that reminds me, you might not need more power tool for AMD anymore. I believe I was talking to LOL Miner Dev. Their last release, or 2 releases ago, you know, you have the GUI wallet or this thing right here. Let me just bring it up. Programs, miners. Let's go GPU. Dynex, dummy OC one. So let's just look here. So yeah, this guy right here, run as admin. LOL Miner has this. I don't know if you tried it yet, but it's supposed to support AMD GPUs now. So depending how it works, you can just simply come into here. Example, we got, you want this, just click, 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 and then, you know, your core clock, 1800. So you want 1800. What's Windows? Now memory, you want 2000 in memory. So we're going to go do a memory lock of 2000. And then what do we got here? MVDD. Oh, I don't have all this. You probably have to have the, what's it called? A AMD GPU installed to see the other parts. So yeah, anyway, but it has all your overclock settings here, and AAAWAVE dev did say that it works with AMD GPUs now, not just NVIDIA. So maybe try that out and see if those options are there for you. They might not be though. I do have a 5700 XT. I should plug it in to a Windows test bench or something to actually see if that works. But give it a shot. Try out that LOL miner tool. Let's see. Like, that's all I use now. I don't use Afterburner anymore for tuning everything. Like, here's my Afterburner. Hopefully I don't blow anything up. Let's just try this. So I'm going to come back into programs. Let's just kind of bring this up. Where's my miners? We're going to go to miners. Oh, what is that? Not that. That's pictures. Miners. So you can see I have my CPU stuff here. I got my GPU stuff. So I'm going to go into Dynex, and I have different miners. So we're dummy OC folder for Dynex. Right click, run as admin. Let's just run this right quick. Now I'll just show you a quick example here. Remember, you always want to run it as admin, but I don't set my profiles on here. I just use this to make sure my clocks change. But like, let's just try something. And it does set the offsets and everything. So we're just going to go, you know, I want to go 1500 on the mem clock lock. I want, you know, let's just go 810. And then I want to go, oh, I might not lock on me right now because I'm using multi-screens. I was having that issue and my whole server might crash. So let's just go for a core offset, and then memory offset is try 300. I hope you know, I'm not going to do this one right now or this one because we might lose the live stream if something happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply there. Boom. And you can see 810 memory, 1500. And all I use this for is to run like my fans and stuff, even though you can set your fans here, and my overclocks. Now just simply reset it. You don't even have to reset you just hit the reset button and it's back to normal again, as you can see. So you don't even have to reboot your computer or anything, or do any command prompt NVIDIA SLI. LOL miner overclocking tool is freaking amazing. But yeah, give it a shot. Try it out. Do you have any new nodes on Pecunia? No, I don't. And I haven't checked on those for a while either. Let's check on those. See what's happening on Pecunia. I think I just have the 2-bit Thorium and the 1 Raptorium. Yeah, that's all I got here. But how much have they made so far? So the bit Thorium, this node has made 93,000 bit Thorium. This one has made 94,000. And my Raptorium node has paid out about 70,000 Raptorium since I enabled it so far. That's not bad. Total earnings of my node says 150 USD up in the top corner. And then we can kind of see ROIs. So example, if I click on, you know, this BitTorium ROI, let's click on this node. You can see I'm at 6.2% of breaking even for the amount of coins that are in this. So when this hits 100%, obviously I'll get all the coins back that this node actually made. It ROI'd itself off and owned coins. It's made $16 a node alone by itself. So that's obviously $16. It's covered its node fees for, I guess, for about 2 years now with that amount. Zapirate, you are very knowledgeable, and I have 3090s and 5950X, 3970X. Yeah, Fudweiser has a Ripper 3970X, which I've been trying to get him to send to me for about 2 years now, and he still hasn't done it. I'm just kidding. You got to get those things turned on, Fudweiser. Get them mining. What do we got here? I know computers, proof of useful work is not really out, so specs are unknown. Yeah, see, that's the big thing. We don't know how this proof of useful work is really going to work until it's actually released. Now, is Dynex proof of useful work? Maybe, maybe not. We have no freaking clue on that either. So maybe they are doing something and that's one version of it, but it all depends on what that network is proof of useful working on versus, you know, another network like Render Token. It's going to need most likely bigger specs for doing all this video rendering. And we don't know what Flux's proof of useful work is and what all they're going to do. They're all different aspects. So each chain is probably going to have different requirements depending on what their proof of useful work is. Now, in the end, you really they start doing like some crazy heavy chat GPT and, you know, AI stuff. we're all going to need freaking epics and 4090s or A10000s Teslas or something. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. We don't know. We don't know until these things emerge and we can see what we need to efficiently mine on these things. The other thing is there's a lot of hosting services that are starting to emerge for a lot of these. Like, what is it? I can't remember the name of the site, but there's what is it? Aleo, for an example. There's a hosting service where like they still don't know the price on it, but they're guessing. But you know, it costs like say 500 Aleo coins, but you'll make 1,000. It's a gamble because especially we don't know. But there's hosting services where you're pretty much making double of what you're paying. So you're really only making 50% of what you were to actually make from your house. But then you're not using any power. You don't need the infrastructure, and you're renting this server and this hardware, and they do it for you on this site. So there's a whole bunch of different ways around it. I plan on looking into that because I'm curious. What if it actually turns out to be profitable and it costs half as much to what you're making? There's a whole bunch of things out there I want to try. I just saying these platforms are also emerging out there with these hosting services for these things because you're going to need a lot of network speeds and infrastructure and stuff to do these. So we're just also hostings popping up for these different things. I think Aleo will go ASIC with Apollo A series. See, that's interesting though, because Aleo isn't like a GPU mining algorithm or anything. It needs a server. You need a crap ton of hardware. You need a good CPU. You need a good GPU. You need good hard drives. You can't just build an ASIC and mine it with an ASIC. I don't feel it's going to be an ASIC type of thing, but we'll just have to see what happens. Now with that being said, they are making these miners with these stuff in them, good CPUs, good that, which, maybe like instead of a GPU, it could be like an FPGA that's more tweaked towards it. So we are seeing these type of things emerge, but we still don't know. At the same time, these things are really great. We'll probably see the hosting services, whatever they're running, be utilizing this equipment to rent it out to everybody also. So we still don't know. There's so many unknowns out there. But yeah, there's a lot of learning. It's going to be totally different. It's not going to be standard GPU mining that everyone originally thought it was going to be. That's all we know at this point. We just have to wait to see system specs, performances, and testing, and it's going to be crazy. Things are changing. Things are definitely changing for sure. Cloud gaming can be good if they can make it good. That's very true. That's going to come down to latency and internet and the user's experience. It could have the best internet and, servers for it, but then the home user might have crappy internet and then it's going to be like, oh, well, this sucks anyway. So there's a whole bunch of different ends that have to be tied there. It's an evolution. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully hosting is a good business to get into right now. Yeah, depending for sure. It is a good season to get in or business to get into, but you also got to kind of remember what if it doesn't turn out that good? Like I've been mentioning even right now with GPU mining, there's still so many uncertainties. Like we are looking like there's going to be some nice 2025 runs and we may see some decent profitability. We're seeing nice coins like Nexa, Radiant, we're seeing Caspa and stuff starting to emerge and take over the market caps of the previous GPU coins, which is awesome. But these coins could also suffer other hardware like ASICs and FPGAs. And if more of those come available, then the GPUs aren't going to be so hot anymore. Now we're stuck again with FLUX and Raven and all these other coins, and there's just so much hardware out there. So now what if we get to a bull run and you still need like 6-7 cent power to be profitable? That's going to be crazy to think about, right? I know it's probably not going to happen. We're going to get some decent levels, but it might get to a point where, if a hosting service doesn't have cheap enough power, people aren't going to want to host there. They're going to find, cheaper options to have their equipment running. So, maybe they could lose a bunch. We don't know. So hosting is good and bad, and I feel there's a whole bunch of uncertainty in the market right now. And I still feel in 2025 that GPU mining is not going to be anywhere near what you're used to previously. I'm thinking best case scenario, some of the GPUs might be a couple dollars a day, and then it might spike to a good $4 or $5. Like you might see a nice spike, but then as people start turning on and everything again, it's just going to drop. It's going to crush. and the difficulties will go through the roof, and we're just going to see too high of a difficulty, even in a bull run, to see any decent sized profits. We're going to have ROIs and GPUs of probably still a year or two at least. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all does play out. But that's what also leads me to believe that the 2029 bull run will be like a restart for GPUs altogether. Because now we're coming off of 2025 where everyone thought, oh, GPU mining will never die. It'll be awesome. It'll come right back again. Didn't really happen. It did come back to profitability levels. Nothing insane though. But now the next level will be like, now we need to upgrade all our CPU, all our GPUs. We're getting dagged out in 2029. So 3000 series right now, it's going to be dying in 2029 in 2 bull runs. So now we need all the new hardware, newer GPUs, upgrading, and less people will get involved with that because I don't want to upgrade everything. Last 2025 run sucked. So now you have less people actually looking into it. And then we see huge price gains. That's when I feel Flux and stuff will really start maturing, is in 2 bull runs from now. So 2029. And then we'll be seeing a big, huge in profitability, which will then leap a bunch of people to dive back into it. But first, we will be able to rack up a lot of profits before that actually happens. But again, we don't know. Just my 2 cents on it. 2025 could be 100% fine. Maybe we're making $1,000 a day GPU mining again. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it, but we just got to wait and see what happens. Pick a coin, mine till die. Yeah, definitely do that too. But yeah, it'll be interesting times ahead for sure. I feel CPUs are probably going to be it depends. I'm still waiting to see if this GPU miner emerges on Dero or not. But I feel CPUs are probably going to be a lot more profitable in the next bull run than GPUs will be. And I've even seen that in the last bull run. A single 3900X had some $14 days. You imagine $14 a day on one 3900X? That happened in the past a few until difficulties and everything started picking up again. But, it's just a swing in hash rate momentum and seeing how people do it. But I am bullish on the CPUs. I feel they probably are a better option moving into the 2025 run over a GPU, but we'll see what happens. Funweiser, perfect. That falls into my 6-year plan. Good to go. For Flux, running nodes is profitable. Mining, on the other hand, not so much. Now, if you're running a node, yeah. Now, there's still a lot of people like myself. I can't run my own node at home. I do not have the bandwidth. I got my Flux in a Titan node. And a Titan node, well, I guess is profitable because I'm not paying for any power. I'm not paying for any hosting fees. I'm not paying for any equipment. I'm just straight up hosting it and getting 7 Flux a month. So in theory, that is profitable. Now, if Flux hits $1,000, that's $7,000 a month. That's pretty sweet. That'd be, Flux to the moon. Let's go. $1,000 Flux. You heard it now. Let's do this. Oh, crazy. Ironfish, the algo is not yet set. Could be Blake 3, but they can change it pre-mainnet. No, that's very true. They definitely can change it at any time. But remember, I think if they would have changed it, they would have done it by now because mainnet was set already. And the day before mainnet, or a couple days, they said, okay, we got to extend it. So they didn't say anything about changing it. So I feel it's still going to be the same. That's probably just a thing they have on their dashboard. Now it probably comes down to depending if they want to remain, GPU friendly or CPUs, or if they want to move into FPGAs or ASICs. Because a lithium, I feel, could get nailed with FPGAs and stuff soon. So if it does, that might allow them to say, give them that little cushion saying, yep, okay, we're moving to this algo because it's better for GPUs. We don't want FPGAs. Or they'll just leave it as is and say, you know what, it's just the evolution of mining. We'll let FPGAs take over it now. So yeah, they have that there so that it could happen. I think if they would have swapped it, they would have by now, but we'll just have to wait and see. Stingy. I don't know where Stingy 38 is. He's been hiding. It's been like a couple months now. I don't know what's happening. Just disappeared. My 6-year money-making plan has turned into a 12-year break-even plan. Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, so we should probably wrap this one up. We have been here for quite some time. I appreciate everyone for showing up. I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.